Denovic here again, my fellow wingers, and welcome back to the Inswinger. The incredible UEFA Champions League round of 16 kicks off this month with matches on the 15th, the 16th, the 22nd, and the 23rd. So here what? Today we will review the competition's main stats, preview the matchups, and try to get some predictions in. Let's go! So the competition has been a very exhilarating one so far, and the reason is very simple: goals everywhere you go. In the 96 matches already played through the group stage, there has been 297 goals scored at an average of 3.10 goals per game, or a goal every 29 minutes, and that's quite often. Team-wise, Bayern Munich contributed most of these goals so far, scoring 22, with Ajax, Manchester City, Liverpool and RB Leipzig rounding off the top 5. Impressive rates given every team only plays 6 matches so far. Chelsea dominates the possession stats with an average of 62.5% per game, with Liverpool, Ajax, Manchester City and Shakhtar Donetsk making up that top 5. On a defensive note, Chelsea, Benfica, Juventus, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are all tied for the most clean sheets, with 4, again from 6 games, which is outstanding in Europe's elite club competition. On a more individual note, the tournament's top scorer so far is Ajax's Sebastian Haller, with 10 goals in 6 games, a UCL record for the fastest player to that tally, and he became only the second player in history to score in all 6 UCL group stage games, the first being you-know-who, Mr. Champions League himself back in 2017-18. He is joined in the top 5 by Bayern's Robert Lewandowski, Liverpool's Mohamed Salah, RB Leipzig's Christopher Nkunku, and Mr. Champions League again, Manchester United's Cristiano Ronaldo. The assist table is led by Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes, who is followed by Ajax's Antony, PSG's Kylian Mbappe, Bayern's Leroy Sané, and Borussia Dortmund's Jude Bellingham. Manchester City versus Sporting Lisbon. The first leg of this tie will be at the Estadio Jose Alvalade, and the second will be at the Etihad Stadium. And with Manchester City being among the top 3 favourites to win the whole tournament, they are naturally clear favourites to win this game as well. Even with Man City's lack of a traditional striker, goals are still frequent throughout the team, and Pep Guardiola still has a squad deep enough to compete for every trophy. Sporting also boasts several good players, including Pedro Goncalves, who has 13 goals in all competitions this season from midfield, and João Palhinha, a defensive midfielder who has worked his way into the Portuguese national setup. However, given Sporting's somewhat relative dominance in Portugal, they struggled to make their mark in their first Champions League campaign in 4 years, despite making it to the knockout rounds. Remember, they have conceded 9 goals in losses to Group C winners Ajax, so how will they fare versus Pep's free-flowing and free-scoring City? For this prediction, I think Manchester City will advance 5-1 on aggregate. Let's say a 2-1 win in Portugal and a 3-0 win in England. Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. First leg, Parc des Princes. Second leg, Santiago Bernabeu. And with that, we have the biggest matchup in the knockout rounds early, and boy, this is just too much. Listen, so given there are no injuries, Sergio Ramos will return to Real Madrid for the first time since leaving as a free agent last summer. Kylian Mbappe is a free agent this year and is, according to most reports, destined for Real Madrid, who he will be out to slay. Lionel Messi will face his longtime enemies, and PSG are just not in a spot where they can assemble the Avengers and drop out in the round of 16, as that will be considered a massive failure. PSG are yet to blow the competition away with an all-star squad, and have left almost everyone disappointed so far. Messi has been okay-ish with 5 goals in Europe, and Neymar should be back from injury for this one, but Karim Benzema and Real Madrid will have a good chance of downing PSG here. The squad is full of players who have won the competition multiple times, along with a manager who have done the same. They live for it and they own it. Very hard one to call though, but hear what? As stated before, this is a very close tie, but I think someone will advance 3-2 on aggregate, and I'm more leaning towards PSG at this point, given they have much more riding on this competition. Red Bull Salzburg versus Bayern Munich. The first leg will be at the Red Bull Arena and the second leg at the Allianz Arena, and this matchup seems easy enough on paper for Bayern Munich, as RB Salzburg are one of the 3 teams remaining outside of Europe's top 5 leagues, and they don't have the quality of players as some of the massive teams Bayern could have faced, like PSG or Inter Milan. But Salzburg will be no pushover, as they are the runaway leaders in the Austrian Bundesliga and have won 31 top-flight matches in 2021, more than any team has managed in a single calendar year since the league's inception in 1974. Salzburg's style of play will naturally cause trouble for any European team with their counter-pressing, high-energy play and proactive defending. However, we'll have to see how well they fare against the favourites to win the tournament and one of the most organised and dominant teams in all of Europe. My prediction for this one is Bayern Munich advancing around 5-2 or 6-2 on aggregate. Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Serie A title holders and contenders AC Milan welcome Liverpool to the San Siro for the first leg of this tie and will visit Anfield for the second as they look to put a dent in one of the tournament's title hopefuls. While Simone Inzaghi and Inter now boast a talented squad, Liverpool are more formidable foes as they were one of the only three sides alongside Ajax and Bayern Munich to win every one of their group games and look like a good bet to go deep in this year's edition of the tournament. The game will signal a quick return to the San Siro for Liverpool, who have beaten AC Milan twice during the group stages, and this will definitely give Liverpool the confidence away from home. But when you think about it though, the return of both Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane from international duty and the arrival of new signing Luis Diaz, whose exploits in the Champions League went a long way to convincing Klopp of his suitability for Liverpool, the Reds' already potent forward line now looks even more dangerous given the quality options now available. Not a straightforward tie, but I predict Liverpool to advance 4-2 on aggregate.
For the PSG versus Real Madrid match, I expect PSG to win that match 3-1. And for the City versus Sporting, I expect Manchester City to come away victorious with a 4-0 victory.
Alright, so first match I have to talk about is PSG versus Real Madrid. Now, over the past couple of games in the Champions League, you know that PSG has a lot of goals being scored, 13 goals being scored, while Real Madrid have 14 goals being scored, so that's a decent goal scoring matchup. I think both sides will be conceding, but I think that Madrid has been heavily dependent on Vinicius and Benzema in recent times, so I'm going to give PSG the edge for this one, maybe a 2-3-1. We'll see if the goat can get up and do something.
I think Liverpool would actually win the game on Wednesday because they're actually Champions League pedigree. At the moment, we can't really count out Inter, so I'd have the prediction be Liverpool 2-1. Winning the game 2-1, I should say. At the moment, you can consider Inter to be one of the dark horses for the competition. But I think Liverpool will prevail with the quality that they have. For the overall draw itself, I think it might be something like a 4-1 aggregate. Yeah.
And for Salzburg versus Bayern Munich, I think this would be an easy match for Bayern Munich. It could be like maybe a 5-0 victory or even 6. Yes, so that is my prediction.
And there you have it, the Inswinger's Champions League Round of 16 preview. I hope you enjoyed that one, and remember to follow us on the following social media platforms. And don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the Inswinger for more football content. See you soon.